We're here tonight because we want to share with you what we call bizarre blendings. And bizarre blendings, I don't know how many of you by show of hands have actually seen our TV show or seen our website, but it's bizarrefoodblendings.com, and we're also sponsored tonight by American Airlines, so we want to thank everyone for flying us out here tonight as well.
And you have written a book.
I have written a book.
He's written a book.
It's funny that everyone mentions the book. It's very simple. It's just meal with Merlot. It's very simple. It's very easy. How many of you have been on a budget recently? Anyone?
Been on a budget?
Me.
Yeah.
What?
Just in other words, wine on a budget. So, for instance, tonight we talked about wines between $20 and $60. Sometimes you go to Trader Joe's and maybe there's something for $9.99 or $10. Well, we're here to dispel the myth of actual wine. So what we want to talk to you about tonight is quite frankly, the pairings. How many of you enjoyed pairings tonight? Anyone? 2 of you. All right, what did you enjoy tonight?
I really like the Chilean wine with the chocolate
Fantastic.
pairing. It was really easy on the palate.
I flavored it as Sex on the Beach.
You usually do?
Yeah. I mean, it was like Sex on the Beach. It was smooth. It was
without
consistent.
sand.
Without sand and without a shower. I mean, come on, it was a little naughty, but yet decadent.
And fruity.
Very fruity. Which is, well, thank you for noticing that. I felt the same way. I was lit up like a Christmas tree in heat.
I noticed.
Yes, I thought you were looking at me kind of funny with that bow tie of yours. Anyway, so tonight what we want to talk to you about is certain pairings. So a lot of people come to us and they want to...
Not your book.
Yeah, let's talk about the book.
No, let's not talk about the book.
It's on Amazon.
We did that last time.
All right.
Do you have a copy of the book there?
We actually, Jack,
No,
did you bring a
they
copy
sold
of the
out.
book?
Okay.
Yeah. Sold out. I apologize. But tonight we want to talk about a full meal on a budget. So a lot of people don't realize, Professor, if you want to begin, because we are on a time crunch. Professor's brought with us tonight beans. So a lot of people don't realize how the consistency of beans mixed with a nice Rancho Sisquoc, as we have here tonight. So to start things off...
Nicely done.
Oh, wow.
Professor, go easy. He's been in AA for several years. I apologize. We travel around the world, and sometimes I can't slow him down. What are you doing?
I want to party with you, man.
Yeah. You should see him on State Street.
One of the cheapest foods, of course, you can buy are pork and beans. Ralph's do a very nice pork and beans. And it goes very well with
Rancho Sisquoc.
Rancho Sisquoc.
We've adopted it tonight, so tonight we want to actually open it up. You bring the opener, or should we just dice it?
It's a very good wine, that.
Oh, it's not bad. That's your second or third glass. You should probably try it. Anyway.
So, I brought along some sausages.
Yes.
Sausages and beans go really well with Rancho Sisquoc.
It goes really well, folks. Trust me. We've done this in many, many cities around the world. Do you want to try one?
Yes.
Professor? You need to go a little bit lighter, I think. Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so the beans.
He never ceases to amaze me.
The beans with the...
That's a heavy pour. Good thing he's sleeping in a hotel. Nice.
Got a nice little nose.
It's
Yes.
fantastic.
Oh,
Not
very
as
good
big
nose.
as your nose.
So, yes, this is a wonderful pairing. Pork and beans. And Rancho Sisquoc.
So anyway, so what he likes to do at this moment is
And sausages.
he's a blender. So what he's
I
known...
like sausages.
God. How's that?
More.
You Brits love your beans, don't you? All right, so at this point, we actually need a volunteer from out here. Oh, dear God, the scent on that. Sorry. So we need a volunteer, someone to come on up here. Anyone, feel free to come.
Kelly, do it.
Tom or Katie.
Kelly?
Randy.
Randy, come on up here. Let's hear it for Randy.
Randy.
this is just in case.
Oh, this
What are
is
you doing that for?
got a sausage.
You want to make sure your sausage is fresh. He's very violent. So try a little piece of this and tell us what you think. Hold on, Ray. There you go. Now, the reason we're having you try this out right now is on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. Tell us seriously what you think when you have that along with this.
It's good wine.
It's fantastic. It's good stuff. You need to get back to the meetings. How is that? Isn't that great? It's a meal. It's a regular meal. So on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, 1 being the worst, where would you put that?
I'm not going to be relative, so let's call it 4.
A 4. Okay.
Wow.
All right. So 4. So like I was saying, the whole idea behind our book and behind our philosophy. All right, let's hear it for him. Big round of applause. It's very interesting. It's a way of thinking outside of the box. It's a way of blending your wines. I know tonight we're all about Merlots, but again, especially in the budget conscious, we travel throughout America, especially because when we're in China and we're in Hong Kong, we never really run into these problems. They tend to have all of our cash. So, Professor, are you not going to drink that, are you? Okay. So next thing we want to talk to you about is one of my favorites. We're going to move into dessert. So we started off with our main course, but I say,
Oh my God.
let's get into some freaking glazed donuts. All right? Nothing says I love you like Merlot and glazed donuts.
We have a personal trainer.
Do we have any personal trainers
Here's a
here?
personal trainer right
All right, come on up here. Especially if you're a personal trainer, you understand how important it is to have a glazed donut. What is your name?
There's Wes.
Give it up for Wes, everyone.
Yeah.
Wes, here's a little red justice spot for you. Professor seems to drink most of it. I apologize. So there you go. You want to eat the donut first? No, you want to squish that a little bit. Taste it a little bit. Perfect. That's good. You're fine. All right, now try a nice bite-sized morsel. It's glazed.
First
See what I'm saying? All right, so once again, we're looking on a scale of 1 to 5. Again, tonight we're going to have you guys go to the website and actually put this on. That's why we're shooting it tonight, to show actual people enjoying our book. So, all right. It will not offend me if you say a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whatever.
Say a 3.
A 3.
Take another bite.
About a year.
It's the beginning of the end.
Now, what's the most important thing as a fitness trainer and mixing with Merlot? What would you advise everyone here tonight to do when it comes to drinking wine, enjoying wine?
With the donut?
Well, let's just say with with a donut or... Professor, slow down. Or with fitness in general.
See, man, I just keep it to 2 glasses at the most.
2 glasses, though. How many have you had tonight?
I haven't gonna probably altogether for like 3.
3. All right. So keep it to 2. If it ends up at 3, it's okay.
Now, average glass of red wine,
Yeah.
135 calories.
How? Wow.
So you guys know.
Glazed donuts, about 450.
450.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's hear it for everyone. Thank you. You're very brave. Very well, we actually paired that with the donut itself. So we just like to have the Merlot mixed directly with a nice sweet glaze. Oh my God! Which leads me to actually my favorite. Thank you, Professor. That is frothy. So, I don't know how many of you are into your sweets. Raise your hand. Anyone into your sweets? Because I am a sweet junkie. Just 5 of you. This table seems to be the only ones participating. Are you guys in a food coma? And everything? All right.
I want to see you drink that.
Oh, I will drink this. I know what I rate that, and that's an 11. Now, I need a volunteer to come on up here for this next, and it's a Merlot. Thank you. You've read the book, haven't you? He's read the book, obviously.
Tell him.
You bought it at Amazon for $19.99. We need a volunteer to come on up here for our float. Anyone like Gene? Would you like to come up here? Or maybe this young, right back here. Anyone? Come on up here, young man. Come on up here. Let's give him a fresh glass. Oh, there you go. That's a fresh glass. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to, that's he
Whip
really
it.
he loves this. Oh my God, he's taking out my whole bottle. All right, so what is your name?
I'm Doug.
All right, give it up for Doug, everyone. Let's So we call this the dessert wine, and obviously, what a dessert wine it is. Merlot being one of our favorite wines.
One of many.
One of many for the professor. All right, so what you want to do is you want to swirl that around a little bit. Just give it a little. Just
Get
a
on
little
in there, get on
swirl.
down there.
Yeah.
Get in on that. And then you just
Maybe a little more wine, a little less.
is there any more wine around? Does anybody else have any more wine at any of these tables? No, you
No
got
one's giving it up. All right.
All right.
Here.
You have no love.
Is there a little over there? Just pour a little on top. Because sometimes when you add, when you add a little more wine on top of the whipped cream, it actually serves as a sealant and seals in the flavor.
That's gross.
It's disgusting, but I like
I think a good color on that.
it. All right, so now you want to give it a little swirl. You want to look right at the camera right there.
Look at the camera.
And say, I love Merlot.
I love Merlot.
All right, very good. All right, now you want to try it out. Give it a little.
Bouquet, phenomenal.
It's aromatic yet robust. Oh my God. Come on, really. Is that freaking
The
awesome?
drink of kings.
It is the
Absolutely.
drink of kings.
Amazing.
So people make fun of us and they think what we're doing is
You know why?
yeah, no, but I think it's ridiculous. But the problem that we're finding as we travel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for them. The problem that we're finding as we travel around is a lot of people tend to take it a little bit too seriously when it comes to their wine tastings, to their wine pairings, and especially when it comes to their desserts. You don't think of it as a meal. You don't think of it as, you basically, you go out, you go to a restaurant. Obviously, we're all educated. You've heard the professors. You need to slow. Gotta slow down. Gotta slow down. Anyway, so a lot of people don't realize that you can pair it with great desserts. You can pair it with full meals. You gotta go easy on that. Anyway, you can pair it with full. Before we go any further, we want to open it up to questions because I know I'm taking on a lot of topic right now. Do we have any questions here tonight that you want to ask either myself or the professor about our book or about pairings with desserts? Yes, in the back.
Okay. Pretty low level here, but they say like parasitic wines and acidic foods.
Yes. Acidic.
Why?
Professor, you want to answer that one?
What was that question?
They share.
Who said that?
This young lady right back here.
Food and wine pairing.
Food and wine pairings.
Yeah. Pair acidic with acidic. But why?
Who was that?
Okay, I'll answer it because he's drank way too much. Basically what happens is you want to make sure that the acid doesn't rise to the top, especially when we take you through the meals. So our meals are actually conducted over 6 courses. So there's obviously the appetizer, then we take you through the entree, through the dessert. And of course I'm relating back to the book, which answers your question of acid. So acid reflux in a lot of people experience, as you just saw from the professor. If it's too acidic or the wine is too acidic, you belch a lot, as we're seeing here from the Rancho Sisquoc. Is that a penis? Did you create a penis, Professor? Anyway, would anyone else like a donut? We have about 8 left.
He ruined donuts
I
for
would
me.
like to know how you got all 6 of the tastings right. Like, what's the, if you're, I mean, obviously you're an expert, but
Yes.
if you're just like a average Joe,
Yeah.
Then
or
you
an
get
average
2 out of
Kelly,
6.
as I would like to say,
Yeah.
what's the best way to taste something and like know what it is?
Okay, seriously, the best way to really taste it is to well, we do the swirl, then obviously the taste on your palate, and your palate. I won't do your beans right now on this one, but that will totally throw you off. But it's real important to get the consistency.
I'm an expert on the Franken beans, to be honest. So,
So you've had the Franken beans.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty well versed. Pretty well versed.
He loves
on
them.
Franken beans.
So anyway, so what's real important is, the most important thing is to really feel it on your tongue. You want to make sure you smell it,
Okay.
feel it, look at it, make sure that you can see on the edges, make sure there's nothing floating in it. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Because especially when you're working with this guy, stuff floats in your food all the time.
We've
Okay.
seen beans.
Yeah.
We've seen, what's tons of stuff.
So, sorry, yeah, we have one more question in the back. Yes.
You said nothing floating in it. A lot of times now I see red wines and it's got little crystals floating in it. Are those, but they don't taste like anything.
Is that from Sacramento? Were you in Sacramento?
There's a
No, they're from all
polyphenols.
over. Anywhere that's shipping below 50 degrees.
All right, so another
Polyphe-
right, just like the
polyphenols.
space
What about the
shuttle.
sediment?
Polyphenols.
Like the space shuttle, they didn't realize that at the end, but the bottom line was if it's below 32 degrees, the O-rings froze up, and that's what caused Columbia to go down. Very similar, same scenario. Basically, the freezing will cause bubbles, the bubbles will cause the fizzing, the fizzing will cause the acid rise, and therefore you're going to get very sick. So those are
And gas.
and gas.
What about the sediment in it?
Tartar.
All right, so
I was talking more like the sulfites that are dropping out because red wines aren't cold stabilized.
If you have
Shipping them.
Cream of tartar.
so you the
if
target.
you have sediment, give the
Yeah. What's a sediment all about?
shape.
Good, bad, no.
So sediment in general is so real quick, because I'll wrap it up because I know everyone's got to get going. But when it comes to sediment, the key I know for the professor, he actually. By the way, what do you call? This is a trivia question. What do you call the bottom of the bottle?
Punt.
The bottom.
Did you guys know it's called a punt?
No.
A P-U-N-T, a punt.
Football term, right?
Right. There you go.
It's forward can't, you know what to do.
So if you come away with anything tonight, you realize that this is the punt. Yes, sir.
I have a trivia question, and I'll give somebody a nice bottle of wine.
Sure.
But you have to answer it immediately.
Okay.
No texting. No getting on your
Lifeline?
smartphone.
Lifeline?
What is the name of the straw basket traditionally on Chianti bottles? I taught you that, Mark!
All right, let's hear it from Mark. Mark.
Yes, I did!
Some old Italian movie taught me
I taught you that, Mark!
Okay, you talk.
You owe me some duck with that bottle of wine.
What was it called?
Okay, so folks, we're being told.
Jackie.
So Jackie's telling us to wrap it up. So the most important thing that Jackie wanted us, Mark, we'll finish it up. So hi, folks. We'll be done in 1 second. The most important thing that Jackie wanted us to remind you all is that really enjoy your wine. Wine is all about your personal palate, your personal enjoyment, and how much you like the wine is all up to you. And the reason that we know this, ladies and gentlemen, is because Mike Gordon and I are professionally trained actors who know nothing about wine. And we're from Santa Barbara Improv. And thank you for having us come out. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Nice of that.
Nice. Here you go.
Oh, thanks.
End it. You have to end it. Now hit that thing.